Hi, Casey Martin with EarthWay product specialist here today, sharing with you how to assemble the EarthWay 1001B Precision Garden Seeder. Earlier we did the unboxing video, but just a review, we've got our seeder assembly, which is mostly assembled. You've got your rear wheel, seed plates, you got a hardware pack, your row marker parts, so you got the row marker shaft, the row marker, and the clasp to hold that, and your handle. Easiest place to start will be with the handle, and as we do that we want to review what tools are we going to be using today. So I've got standard pair of pliers, a adjustable wrench, and then I have two 7/16 open-ended wrenches that will assist with the bolts as they are a speed wrench. It's a little bit easier. You can do it with an open-end wrench and pliers if you need to. It just may take you a little bit longer. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll open up the hardware pack. Let's see all the parts we got in here. So we've got our row marker holder and hairpin. We've got 4 bolts for the handle. Put these over here. And we've got our carriage bolt and wing nut for the row marker. So let's go ahead and get started with the handle. Made out of the aircraft grade aluminum, very high quality, has a little bit of flexibility with it as we line it up here. As you can see, there's a natural bend to the handle, and that curves down into the assembly, so it's the perfect fit right there. So let's go ahead and get started with, I always put the bolt side facing out, just easier, less to catch material on, and it looks a little bit cleaner in my opinion. So I put these bolts in, and I always offset it with one of the top bolts, and that allows me to then go ahead and get everything set up without having to hold on to all the pieces. So once we get that in place, we're going to put these locking nylon nuts in place, and that'll ensure that the handle assembly doesn't come apart. Now, one of the things that I wanted to highlight is I weight on the rear wheel because it gives you a little bit more stability with the assembly as you're putting it together. And that way you're not trying to fight the overall assembly from wanting to fall over as you're trying to tighten everything down. So we'll get this going here. That's good. You really want to make sure you get these bolts tightened down really tight because you don't want them coming apart. The instructions on this say it takes about 15 minutes. It's actually considerably less, but just in case, depending on what kind of tools you're using, these actually speed up the process. So now we're going to get ready to put on the rear wheel, and before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and flip the whole assembly over. Again, a little bit easier to get to, and I can get the axle part a lot easier. You've got a 1/2 inch long bolt and axle, and you'll just take the rear wheel and you'll slide the axle into it like that and put it in between the two arms. Put it together. I'm going to tighten it down by hand, and then I'll just hold with the pliers here, and I'll just tighten it down until it's snug. There, it's good. It just needs to be snug. Now, while I have this flipped over, you can see really well the depth marker, which is really nice. We'll get to that later in the video, but that's a good view of that. All right. Once we got that, we're going to get the row marker. You can see that there's a hole machined in there, so we're going to use that to attach here to the main chassis. So I'll go ahead and put the row marker together. As I'm doing so, I'll look at the carriage bolt. It's got a square fitting, so the row marker has a stamped in square hole, which allows that carriage bolt to lock into place. I'll use the wing nut here to tighten everything up. Away we go. Now I'll go ahead and use this plastic fitting, slide it through the row marker, and then I find that once I have it set, I can set that right there and stabilize the row marker while I'm trying to put this small hairpin in. That's why I do have the pliers as well, just in case if I can't get with my hands. Usually it's pretty doable. So one of the things about this cedar that make it very remarkable is the versatility it is. There you go. So now this will sit right there, and you can see that the row marker holder will fit right into this space where you got these two holes on the handle. Just clicks into place, and oh, there we go, and just clicks into place just like that. That's the setup for the 1001B Precision Garden Cedar. Now we have our seed plates. I want to go over that briefly with you. So they come with 6 total seed plates, 5 additional, which will accommodate almost 30 different types of seeds. So it's really easy to change out a seed plate. They've got these grooves in them right here that fit into the wheel inside the hopper. So what you want to do is you want to pinch the seed plate, and then you can turn the wheel till it releases, and there's a hole right here on the inside. I'll flip so you can see there's a hole right here, and push that out and get your seed plate in. You line the holes up inside the hopper, hold it tight, turn the wheel so it tightens down, and away you go. Pretty simple. So this is the EarthWay 1001B Garden Cedar. It takes maybe 15 total minutes. If for me, a little bit faster, about 5 or 6 minutes to set up. And now you've been able to see the assembly video. If you visit earthway.com, you'll find additional product feature videos as well. My name is Casey, product specialist at EarthWay Products.